Hello, people. This is Starla Lee, talking to you from the confines of my beautiful library office. My author that I chose months, weeks ago is Gary Soto. He is a Mexican American author that I just ran into mostly because I'm doing teaching license for teaching English as a second language. So, going for the multilingual. He will write in Spanish and English at the same time. But he's just a general all around good guy. He promotes reading in many levels, many formats. So that's awesome. Plus, you can always spot bright people. They are reading a book. He's my kind of guy. So this is my 3D thing. I thought of it while I was meditating. I know. I don't know why this happened. But anyways, so I thought, hey, 3D, make a box. So we'll open the box. Ooh. And inside, I made up some cards. So, on these cards, I have, this is called Facts of Life. On the back of it, I'm telling you, what about it? Children and teens from all walks of life deal with the dramas of growing up. This is a book of fiction, Mexican American fiction, children's stories. He writes a lot of young adult and juvenile stuff, which is kind of where I would like to be teaching, is the older kids. So that's why I also like him. He has a wide range of ages and topics. This one, oh, this is just part of the bibliography. He did a series of books called Chato, who is it's children's picture books in Spanish and English about a real cool cat, a lowrider from the barrio of East Los Angeles. So, and the drawings look really cool. He got an award for the drawings that he didn't do. Somebody else did. Here's some more. This is all poetry. He started as poetry, of all things, and then started moving into other things. He got a master's of fine arts degree, MFA in creative writing. Let's see, and then these are all the young adult and children's books that he did. What else do we got? We got In His Own Words. I have a little thing about In His Own Words. Sometimes he goes to schools to meet his readers. He's played baseball and basketball with young people, sang songs, led a parade, and even acted in skits. I do these things because I want to make sure kids get excited about reading. I figure if they meet me, they will be curious to read what I write. If that inspires them to read what other people write, all the better. I believe in literature and the depth it adds to all our lives. Awesome. What did I like about him? Oh, he was like chasing girls and, getting D's in class in high school, but he also discovered the library where he discovered John Steinbeck, Hemingway, Jules Verne. So even though school, the grades weren't doing great, he was still getting educated, still getting turned on to learning. He went to college first for geology, of all things. He said, I wanted to be a priest or I wanted to be an archaeologist. So, and then he read a book of poetry and thought, I can do this too. So his whole first thing was poetry. Then he moved into writing children's books in the 90s. This one, I love this. I love stories that are like too many, too much. It's, Jamie O'Rourke and the Big Potato. That was what I did earlier. I love stuff that's just overwhelming. And this is like Maria tries on her mother's wedding ring while helping make tamales for a Christmas family get together. But panic ensues when hours later she realizes the ring is missing. That's a funny story. See, the subject matter for this is Christmas stories, Mexican Americans, juvenile fiction, or multicultural materials. So this is the kind of stuff you can, haul out and say, this is also what people do for Christmas. Have tamales. This is, Taking Sides. 14-year-old Lincoln Mendoza, an aspiring basketball player, must come to terms with his divided loyalties when he moves from the Hispanic inner city to a white suburban neighborhood. Multicultural is basketball stories, sports stories. This is a good way to get kids to read. This is also kind of what I'm looking at. I'm, substituting and I'm spending time in a high school, and today I had yet another young man say, I hate reading. Reading is going to be like over in like 10 years. But I like audiobooks. This is Canto Familiar. So, 25 poems about the pleasures and woes that Mexican American children experience growing up. Also, what he writes about is just general stuff. He just writes about childhood. It's not like Mexican childhood, it's childhood in general. Cats, dogs, flying a kite. Everyone does this stuff. It's very relatable. But like I said, he also throws in Spanish words, and in some of his books, he'll even give you the glossary to translate. Oh, this I thought was really cool. This is about uh, young adult. This is young adult fiction. Two Mexican American brothers hope that junior college will help them escape their heritage of tedious physical labor. But the thing is, this is an actual media player. I mean, this is the whole thing. You don't have to, have a media player. This is it. You check it out at the library and you listen to it, which I thought was really cool. Also, what I will say about children's literature, I have I have been at the library so much. I love the library. I highly promote the library. I have made it into a multicultural project to do. It's like send kids to the library with their families and do a hunt, scavenger hunt, and then also while they're there, have a room that has uh, like connections that they can make in town, like immigration law people or welcome center or anything like that. Salvation Army, whatever, all there at the same time. And I think that would be because there's tons of stuff for adults to do too. There's tons of stuff on a library website, but I digress. Thank you for listening. Gary Soto, Soto. Check him out. Thank you.